Each week, we're trying to squeeze the juice out of everyday Northwest for the best bits to share with you. And today, we're sitting down with an independent filmmaker with roots here in Portland who's sharing a little of what he's learned about working in Hollywood. Here's our Jeremiah Stroop with the juice.
Good morning, Pacific Northwest, and a very happy Juneteenth to you all. I'm Jeremiah Stroop with The Juice, and today I'm joined by a very good friend and a very talented filmmaker, Phillip Penza. Phillip, so great to have you here on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you have roots that run deep here in the Pacific Northwest because you have raised kids here, they went to school here, so you know about the P&W. But you don't live here anymore.
No.
Where are you located?
I still have a home here.
Okay.
I'm from New York originally, but I still consider this my home.
I love it, yeah. And you have been visiting here, and I wanted to catch up with you and talk a little bit about Juneteenth because, you know, it's a holiday that's celebrated nationally and, of course, right here in the state of Oregon as well. How important do you feel it is to remember that holiday?
I think it's important for us to always reflect on things that were and how they're progressing forward. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good thing. You know, I think it's a great thing to promote the holiday and remember the past.
Absolutely. Now, as a black filmmaker, you have done some pretty incredible projects in television and film.
Wow, incredible.
Well, I will say that because when we met many years back, you know, in the day, I don't think anyone thought you were going to be having major, you know, Hollywood celebrities and doing some big productions. You basically did it from ground zero and built it up. So, what are some of the challenges for an indie filmmaker?
Challenges in the beginning was music and talent, because if you film a movie and you go to try to market it, if you don't have good music or notable talent, they're not interested. So for me, that was my biggest hurdle in the beginning.
So you learned that music and the right talent were the keys.
Right.
All right. Well, any advice for aspiring filmmakers?
Be passionate in what you're doing. I think a lot of people do film for the glory of being in the business. If you don't have passion and have a good story, you're gonna run into a wall. So my advice is, first form a good story, be passionate about what you're doing, and be ready to work a lot of hours. A lot of hours.
I've been on set with this man.
Yes, you have.
17-hour days. I mean, it was wild on occasion, right?
Yes, this is the truth.
Production is not easy. I know the glitz and glamour of Hollywood allures a lot of people, but it is a lot of hard work.
Truly. I learned a lot that I look at these actors now, from the Pacinos to the new actors that's coming up, and I can only imagine what it was like then, because now I really think now it's almost easier when it comes to filming, because there's so many conduits, so many platforms, and now if you have a good iPhone, you could actually make a movie. But when they had film, back in the day, I could only imagine.
So let's touch on that, the evolution, right? Now that we have this digital world, digital space, a lot of our viewers are watching maybe aspiring, filmmakers. Maybe they've got that iPhone in their pocket and they're wondering, can I do that? What do you think the landscape looks like for these indie filmmakers? And what do you hope to maybe create as a black filmmaker, moving forward? Are there spaces that you want to create? Are there opportunities you want to create for other filmmakers?
I really want to create a platform for the nobodies of the world, if you will, myself included. Because before I got into this business, it's like, who is this guy? So there's a lot of talent out there. And my big thing is to try to bring in people that don't have a name, have a platform for them to show their art, a showcase, if you will.
But you have been able to pull in some pretty well-known individuals. Who are some of the people you've been able to work with and kind of fold into some of your films?
I give big kudos to people like Eric Roberts, in the movie business. But I also give kudos to somebody like yourself who has been in the business for years. And though you may not be an Eric Roberts or Mark Wahlberg, you've been in the business and you have helped me transition cinematically and so far as the story is concerned, and present myself a lot better. You, people like Audrey, so you guys have helped me there. Eric Roberts has helped me when it comes to filming. Do what you feel, Philip, but make sure that it's heartfelt. Or Big Daddy Kane, Vivica Fox, she's been instrumental in saying, let's just get out there and do it. Just do it. You're gonna mess up, it's okay, but let's just do it.
Learn from those mistakes.
Yes.
And I think it's so great to have some of these, stars, celebrities, well-known folks working side by side with that emerging talent and letting them experience what it's like to really go out there and share a really great story.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Maybe last thought, you do have some projects out that people can hop on different platforms and check out. I have to say Operation Hope, one of your recent films, and I've seen you come, and let's be honest, when I started, it wasn't very good, okay? But you learned, you evolved, you went back and reshot, and now I watched Operation Hope going, this looks like a blockbuster superhero movie. Well, and then there's this spin-off, Malcolm. Tell us a little bit about that.
Which one?
Well, obviously, Malcolm's a spin-off of Operation Hope, but share with us just a little bit about that story, what people could expect if they tune into that.
With Malcolm, it's a dark film. And what I mean by that, if you know anything of The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, the part he played was a very dark part. So I would have to say Malcolm is definitely, he's disturbed.
He's kind of the villain of the film.
He's the villain. The spinoff is from Operation Hope. He was the bad guy in there. Now he has his own theatrical release. And you get to start diving into his psyche, if you will, his past. And it wasn't good.
Well, I am so excited for people to check out that film and others. If you go to lblf.net, which is for Little Books, Little Films, you'll be able to explore their entire cinematic library, if you will. And they've had some streaming, television shows, films. And I love that you guys are just grassroots, kind of came from nothing. But now today, these are major productions.
Oh, no, we're on pretty much every platform. And I would like to give a huge shout out to David Rosemont, because like yourself, he believed in me and gave me the opportunity and the guidance to be where I'm at today.
Major. Well, none of us get to the top alone, and I think as we wrap up for Juneteenth, I want to remind those viewers that until all of us are free, none of us are free. And I think it's great to see people innovating like Phillip Penza. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Good to be with you.
It's a pleasure.
Stick around. There's more Everyday Northwest coming your way.